Welcome to the City Show. I'm your host, Dr. Tom Krieger. This week, Linda Nienaber from Mainstreet Lebanon returns to tell us all about the holiday happenings in Lebanon, beginning with Girls' Night Out this Saturday. Later on, we'll get a preview of Lebanon Junior High's production of Seussical Junior with some of the students that you'll see on stage. But first, we're going to kick off the show with Jennifer Haney-Conover and Jen Baker from the Warren County Record Center. They're here to talk about their oral history project, which got going again this summer. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you.
So what's the purpose of the County Record Center? What do you guys do there?
So basically, we're under the Recorder's Office, and we maintain all of the historical and inactive records for Warren County. Also, if you are looking for anything that is over 75 years or older, that is a public record, you would be coming to us to be able to get those records.
What kind of records do they keep there?
So the ones that we have available to the public, we have the historic estates or wills.
Okay.
That's usually what's used the most. Genealogists are the people who frequent us the most. So usually those, and then we have the historic marriage records going back to 1803. We also have...
there it is, look at that.
Yeah, that's a picture, or a video, I'm sorry. We also have the historic court records, so for all of the Warren County courts dating back to 1803 and then whenever they began. That's a picture of one of our historic maps, which is still used by people who work for the county to see where people own property. And then we also have a small exhibit case in the archives that helps tell the history. That particular one is about Foster's Crossing.
Is it always that neat looking? I mean, that's amazing how you keep it so well kept.
We run a pretty tight shift on making sure things stay organized. I mean, as the Record Center, that's what we do. We want to make sure people are able to find what they're looking for in terms of their historic records. And then also any of our newer records that are only accessible to county employees, we want to make sure they're able to get to those as well.
So do you get families coming in sometimes to want to check their genealogy also?
Yeah, so I'm the person that helps with public records requests and helps people do research.
Okay.
We've had people from all over the country. One of the things we're going to do next year is we're going to start recording where people are visiting from. But a lot of people take their own personal time off of work or vacation time and visit the Record Center. Since Warren County is so historic, a lot of people settled here from the East Coast, directly from the East Coast. So we get a lot of people looking to trace their lineage back to the very beginning of the county and prior. So we do get a lot of people, especially families.
Yeah, that's gotta be kind of fun.
Yeah,
for
it
you,
is
as
pretty
far
fun.
as getting them excited about their history. And,
yeah, I love interviewing the people because people will come in and ask for a specific record, but sometimes that record won't really answer the questions that they're looking for. So that's one of my favorite parts, is asking them about their family and really finding out, the information that they're looking for.
Look like a lot of library shelves full of records. What else is there?
Well, so in terms of what else we have, Jennifer already hit on we have several of the books, ledger books that go all the way back to 1803. We also have the Commissioner's Journals that are out and available to the public. So if you're looking for when a turnpike was created in Warren County, or when an old tavern license might have done, like the Golden Lambs Tavern license. We have their original tavern license in the back. So there's some other things that are out there that's available to the public.
So what have you done to bring these records to life?
So one of the initiatives that when I started in 2013 was because we are a public institution and part of the government, we wanted to get this stuff out to the public.
Yeah.
So we have created indexes over several years, and those are now available to the public. So we have 3 different volumes of the Commissioner's Indexes. We have Clerk of Courts indexes that are available. We have manumission records, and those images are available on our indexes. And then Jennifer can talk a little bit more about some of the other public outreach that we've done in order to be more visual.
Okay.
So I run all of our social media pages and share what projects we're working on our Facebook page, and then we also have a blog. And then one of the biggest things that I do is I actually go into the classroom and teach students about archives and how they can use the archives for research. in school. So that's been a big part of what I've been doing. So I've been to all of the school districts within Warren County, with the exception, I think, of Carlisle.
Yeah.
So usually it's third and fourth graders that I speak to because they're learning about primary and secondary sources.
So do you have a background in history? Is that what got you excited about this?
Yeah, so Jen
Yeah.
and I both have, we have a history undergraduate degree.
Okay.
And then we both have master's degrees
Wow,
in
that's-
public history.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So,
We
Yeah.
actually went to school at the same schools, but as far as we know, we both went to Miami in undergrad, but we don't remember having classes together. And then
Is that
she's
because it's like a wild party school? You remember, or what? Is there another
say
story
that
to
it's
that?
because
we
it
can't
has
talk
a-
about that here, but that's interesting.
we were in different directions of our history
All
of
right.
classes, but and then she started. She did her graduate school later than I did,
Yeah.
and so that's why we weren't in grad school together. But
That's what a neat track. I would think history you're going to teach, and
Right.
yet you are. But what a whole new venue.
Right.
There was an old building on 63 that was just an interesting structure, Maryhaven. And it's no longer there. Do you have any information on that building?
So our latest exhibit that is in the, it's in the entryway of the administration building at 406 Justice Drive. So this is some of the video taken of that exhibit. What we did with this exhibit is we created a timeline of the building and the changes that happened to that building
Yeah.
from its inception. So that's a picture of Mary Ann Klingling, who is the original person who left money to start the children's home.
Okay.
She passed away in 1867, and one of the things that was included in her will was that she wanted this home to be built. So it was completed in 1874, and then it was demolished, unfortunately, in 2012. So we do have some images of the building. There are some images of the inside of the building and when they were demolishing it.
Wow.
And then we were actually able to go to the land where the building was and do some metal detecting, which you saw the horseshoe and stuff.
Yeah.
So we found some items on the property.
Yeah. That
So, and then it talks a little bit about the community interaction with the children who stayed
Okay.
at Maryhaven.
Wow.
So.
Yeah, that's some good history. Now, why would someone in general use the Record Center?
So, as Jennifer said, if you're trying to find information about your family history, like she said, we have a lot of visitors that come from out of town that are trying to figure out where their family came from, especially if they knew they came from Warren County. We have a lot of genealogists that come in because they're trying to get first families of Warren County.
Okay.
And so they're trying to tie in different relatives that might have placed them here around 1803 or before that, or I think 10 or 20 years after that, so they'd be considered a first family. We also have people who are just generally interested in the buildings of Warren County. So we have, like I said, the commissioners' journals have invaluable information of when buildings were created, who might have commissioned to have the building, like the infirmary building that we had, that our Health and Human Services building is in. All of the groundwork of when that building was built for the third time is all in the commissioner's building or commissioner's journals. So there's a lot of wealth of information that you can get from the Record Center if you're looking for it.
I would imagine real estate people would want to have, with all the older houses, as far as the history and
Right.
finding out things about the houses.
Yeah, well, I actually had a researcher in today looking up her house history. That's on Main
Yeah.
Street. So those are a little more difficult to piece together. Our historic deeds for the county are located in the county recorder's office because those are still utilized on a daily basis. So they actually have the historic deeds up there, but we do get a lot of people looking up their property histories and house histories trying to figure out when they were built.
Now, you guys have recently reached out to the community with the capturing oral histories from residents of Warren County. Can you explain what that entails?
So we started this program, Jen initiated it, and our intent is to gather history about Warren County government specifically. In the types of histories that we are hoping to capture, we are interviewing people who have worked for Warren County, so people who have spent, maybe at least 5 years or more with the county to tell their story of what it was like to work for us. Things change, and if people leave, we kind of lose their history.
Okay.
I like to use Pat Grove, who used to work for the Record Center, she was there from the time that the Record Center was created. So her story for our department is invaluable.
Yeah.
So we're trying to interview not just employees, but people retiring from Warren County. And then especially with the Maryhaven exhibit, we've been trying to generate interest over people who might have spent time in that building. We are able to piece together the history of the buildings themselves, but to really put together the history of what went on in those buildings, as far as Maryhaven or maybe even the Warren County Infirmary. And then recently we also did an exhibit on the old Silver Street Jail, and we were able to interview Miriam and Vance Satterthwaite,
Okay.
who were one of the last families who lived in the sheriff's residence. So what we're really, like I said, just trying to do is capture the living history of all of Warren County government.
So what's the most interesting story you've heard? I mean, Maryhaven looks like it was haunted or something.
Right.
That was I know it had a wonderful purpose, but I mean, do you hear some interesting stories?
Yeah, so I recently, over the summer, we interviewed a gentleman named Clyde Baston.
Yeah.
And he's in his early 80s, and he was part of the volunteer sheriff's deputies back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
And he was full of stories. And you can actually access all of our interviews on our YouTube page.
So you have him.
Yeah.
And his-
So
so make sure you get his story.
He
Yeah.
was definitely our most popular
What was his name
interview.
again?
Clyde Baston.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
So how do you arrange an appointment to be recorded? If somebody wants to come and they feel they have something they want to share,
So what Jennifer and also one of our archives assistants has been working on is just kind of contacting word of mouth
Okay.
over the last couple years. And with the Maryhaven exhibit, we've really been able to, we had already started to have people come and talk to us about
Yeah.
wanting to share their history.
Okay.
And then once we kind of got a good amount of people who were interested, Jennifer and Tori reached out, and they just kind of went from there.
nice. And how are these recordings going to be used in the future?
So these are available to the public. We have them on file at the Record Center, and they will be retained permanently. So if you wanted to reach out to us directly, you can use those for research. We've had anywhere, like I said, we interviewed Vance and Miriam Satterthwaite. So we've interviewed them, people who work for the Sheriff's Department, people who stayed at Maryhaven, and then also we've interviewed local lawyers who tried cases that
Yeah.
were interesting to Warren County
Yeah.
government. And then, so really, if you wanted to research any of those, or you can just, like I said, you can go to our YouTube page, and
Nice.
those are available.
Now, is this a project that families could use for their own history as well? And have you had families contacting you to?
So if you're, I guess a good example of this is if you're trying to get the family history of, like, say, grandma, and she's getting older in age, this is a great way to kind of get their history, their stories,
Yeah.
because a lot of people think, well, I don't have anything interesting to say. Well, then you start to get them to talk, and you kind of just let them go. You find that there's a wealth of information
Wow.
that you may not have known about. And I feel like Jennifer and Tori have really done a really great job of doing that with the kind of letting the interviewee tell the
Yeah.
story, and then you guide them to some of the questions that we want to know, but then they may have things in there
Yeah.
that are things that we didn't necessarily ask for. And you can do the same thing with your family if you're wanting to preserve some of that just invaluable information that may get lost if you don't get it from them.
And with the technology now, they can just get it on a smartphone and
Yeah.
have you look at it and say, that's great. And
Yes.
do you get a lot of stories where you're like, and you have to let them down easy? Because everyone probably thinks this story's the best. You know?
I'm looking forward to when people are breaking down our door to share
Okay.
their stories with us. So we've been really pushing that, trying to get people in.
Well, that's what this is all about,
yeah,
ladies.
absolutely.
Your door is going to be broken down. So if you got a history, you got a story, you got to get down to Jen and Jen. How do they get a hold of Jen and Jen?
So you can contact us directly at the Record Center. And I don't know, our phone number is 513-695-1815.
Okay.
So I'm the person that sets all of that up. myself or Tori Roberts.
Yeah.
So you can contact us directly, and we'd be happy to put you on the schedule.
I want to see some pictures of what their place of work really looks like, because there's no way it can always be that neat, because that was like immaculate.
You couldn't see past my desk area. That's where all the papers are all over the place.
We always make jokes that our desks are pretty clean, but for us, we start working on something, and the next thing you know, a clean desk is a non-clean desk, but at least we know the stuff that's out there is, we're working on it, and so we can, we know once it's cleaned and organized, then it gets messed up again, just because we're always working.
So do they need an appointment at the Record Center, or can they just show up? And
So we are open to the public Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30. So you can just show up.
Yeah.
Or give a call, like Jennifer said, with our number.
That's neat. It seems like you guys have a lot of fun working together. You've been working together for 5 years?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's neat.
Yeah.
Excited about going to work. Is there anything else that we need to know that we missed?
No, I don't think so. I know a lot of people ask us about our shred days, and I know that we advertise on the
shred days?
So we do them twice a year, and we just had one in October, beginning of October, and we'll do another one in about April, early May. So if anyone who's watching has questions about that, they can reach out and call the number that Jennifer said.
Wow. Ladies, thanks for being here and telling us about what you do. Stay tuned. We'll be back to get into the holiday spirit right after this break.
Break your fast food habit at Kelly's Meats and Deli at 1001 West Main Street in Lebanon. Stop in for a quick lunch featuring made-to-order sandwiches, tasty sides, and mouth-watering daily specials. For dinner, Kelly's offers fresh-cut steaks, chops, and seafood, plus a variety of prepared dishes that only need to be reheated. You'll also find a large selection of high-quality wine and beer that can make any meal a special event. Kelly's Meats and Deli open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday, now open for dinner Saturdays 6 to 9 p.m. And remember, we cater too.
Your hometown source, the Lebanon Channel, is now on YouTube.
I know how fortunate I am.
Just search City of Lebanon, Ohio to connect with everything that's happening right here.
And that's going to be an exciting part about this walking tour.
Subscribe to receive exclusive local content available only on the Lebanon Channel.
Wow, Neil Armstrong's coming to my launch. I was so excited about that.
That's the City of Lebanon, Ohio, now on YouTube.
That's what makes this Lebanon, Ohio a great place to live.
Yeah. An auto accident is a terrible thing to encounter. Oftentimes, people look to getting their car taken care of, but they forget to take care of their body. At Lebanon Chiropractic and Fitness, that's what we do. We take care of your body with chiropractic adjustments, therapeutic massage, and therapeutic exercise. So if you've been involved in a vehicular collision, call our office at 933-9799 so we can take care of the body that counts.
Call now to schedule your free initial consultation, 933-9799.
It appears these hot ashes are about to be dumped, which could possibly start a wildfire. How will Smokey deal with such a hot situation? The garden hose defense. Next, a thorough stir. Then another spray. And finally, feeling if the ashes are cool. Oh, yeah. Ah, yes, the selfie. A ritual practiced so frequently with this tribe, but not so much by Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back. Linda Nienaber, the Lebanon Merchant of Fun, is back to talk about Mainstreet Lebanon's plans to kick off the holiday season in style. And she says that giving is always in style, and that's why Girls Night Out features your opportunity to contribute to a great cause. Tell me what you have coming up on Saturday, November 9th.
Yeah, this Saturday, it's Girls Night Out again. We're pretty excited. So giving back is always in style. We have some great sponsors this year.
That is awesome.
So we're collecting canned goods from all of our guests that come into the city to give to our food pantry, to the Lebanon Food Pantry. And we're encouraging girls, come early, buy your tote bag. It'll be full of all kinds of good specials and offers. And all the stores are a part of Girls Night.
Fantastic. Where does it start, and where should they go first?
So we're going to start inside City Hall, since the weather in November isn't as good as May and August was for us. So in case it's raining or something, we'll be inside the lobby. We will start distributing totes at 4. If you can come early and get a wristband to hold that tote for you. And then at 4 o'clock, the fun begins. All the stores will have specials and snacks and all kinds of, there's new businesses in town this time around, so it'll be great.
Is that the pop-up shop? Can you explain
There
that
are
concept?
pop-up shops, yes. So Wellness Lounge, for instance, on Mulberry Street is going to feature a pop-up. So that's a time when another business comes into their business and sells their wares.
Okay.
So I'm not sure who'll be there that night, but Glad Rags has got a pop-up this time around. Market 640 is busting at the seams with all kinds of vendors and great stuff down there. So yeah, you need to make your way around town.
Now, is the rest of the communities around us starting to catch up on this and just come to attend it also, or is it just flooded with the girls? I mean, it seems like because you've done this. How many girls' night outs have you
Oh
done?
my gosh, this is like the 7th or 8th year, I think,
goodness.
and we do them 4 times a year.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very well attended, and there are a lot of neighboring communities that the girls get their friends together and fill the car and come to Lebanon for the evening.
Now, what about food and drink specials?
Oh
What's
yeah,
going on there?
they'll be all over the place.
Okay.
Yep.
And as always, just showing up. No reservations needed. They can
Right.
just really.
Right, yeah. So the downtown is,
Yeah.
it's just like a big open house. So everyone is just welcoming all our guests.
Okay. But in order to get the bag,
You've got to come
gotta-
early. You may need to get a wristband. We do have a few extra bags this time around because they are so popular.
yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of the official kickoff of the holiday shopping season.
So that's like the VIP bag.
Right,
Right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
And how many of those are you going to have?
We're going to have 125.
Okay. And I
And they
imagine
will go quick.
they go really fast.
Yeah, by 10 after 4, it's over.
Okay. Okay. I imagine. Do you get people coming with last year's bags if they miss?
Yeah,
like
well,
trick-or-treaters. Hey, throw some free stuff in my bag.
We girls are professional shoppers,
Yeah.
so a lot of them do bring their totes just because they're going to be shopping and putting new purchases
Okay.
in their bags.
Now we have a later than usual Thanksgiving this year.
Yeah, we do.
And that's going to be a busy week. And let's talk about Merchants Open House on the 29th and 30th. What's that all about?
Yeah, so that again, our downtown businesses will be featuring holiday specials and shopping deals for the holiday shopping. There's a lot going on those 2 days. So the stores have open houses. We actually have horse-drawn carriage rides Friday and Saturday that are free to the public. You can come and ride. So while mom's shopping, dad and the kids can take a wagon ride around town.
Wow.
And then Saturday is Shop Small.
Okay.
So we partner with American Express and encourage shopping at small businesses, which we always encourage, but this is like the day that we feature it during the year. And then also the pub crawl this year. We're going to partner with the Chamber and the city and use the Crave Lebanon. So there's an ongoing restaurant stamping game kind of thing. As you patronize our local restaurants, you get a stamp. So we're doing that with the pub crawl. And so far I have, I think, 6 of our pubs that have checked in as being part of it.
Yeah.
So you'll get a special pub crawl card. It's kind of hard to say. There'll be t-shirts available. There'll be a game to play and win prizes. We'll do a raffle. It all starts at the Golden Lamb on Saturday, the 30th of November.
Man, I wish I
at
was
6.
I wish I was an Uber driver.
Yeah, there you go.
Because the pub crawl, I mean,
Yeah.
I remember a movie years ago that was related to pub crawling. But I imagine in Lebanon, we're not getting out of hand.
No,
Okay,
but we do have Uber drivers here in Lebanon too. So absolutely be responsible.
So how many taverns? And again, that's old school taverns.
Yeah.
drinking establishments are involved with the pub crawl?
So far, quite a few. So we've got Doc's, the Elks is involved,
Okay.
Greenhouse Cafe, Lamppost Cheese. Let's see, who else have I heard from? Well, Black Horse and Golden Lamb, of
Okay.
course. And yeah, there's still a couple that I'm hoping to still hear from. So we've got great restaurants in town, and it should be a really fun night.
Yeah.
Hopefully the weather will be great.
Yeah.
And even if it's not, it's kind of fun to walk around in the snow.
Now Harmon Museum's going to be hosting a model train display.
Yes.
Friday through Sunday.
Yes.
What are we going to see there?
Yeah, so those are N-scale trains.
Okay.
And the show has been here before for this weekend.
What is an N-scale?
So
train?
it's 1/16 the size of a big train.
Okay.
And some of the businesses have purchased cars that will have their logos, or not their logos, but their names on the cars. And yeah, it's a pretty big deal. Again, it's a really fun thing to bring the kids. It's free of charge. And it takes them a couple days to set it up. I mean, it's a big deal. So yeah, that'll be fun too. And we also have our big train, of course, that'll have rides that weekend as well.
Really? Oh my goodness.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you're bringing everything together.
Heck yeah, man,
Yeah.
it's Christmas.
Wow, that's fantastic. Is this your second year now at the
No,
helm of
this is my first.
This is your first, boy.
Yeah, I just started in July, so
Big shoes to fill, but you're doing it, girl.
it
And
is
you're
a
having- and you're
fabulous
having
city
fun.
to promote.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, I
Yeah.
imagine you're going to have a team of ladies surrounding you. And is it just ladies that come along this, or do you have some men who help with this as well?
Oh, yes, husbands are a key role in everything that we girls
Yeah.
do.
Now, what are your expectations as far as numbers? You have 150 of the bags. How do you chart the success of this? I mean, obviously, people are having fun.
Yes.
And that's successful. But
Right.
what other metrics do you use to?
Well, some of the stores keep track of their sales
Okay.
associated with the evening.
Okay.
And a lot of their coupons are a tracking device for us. So, yeah, I mean, we get upwards of 600 or 700, ladies shopping. So it will be a busy, fun night.
The carriage rides sound just. Is that a first for this year? Have they done that before, the free carriage rides?
Yeah. No, we've done it before.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's Thanksgiving weekend. So that's the 29th and 30th.
Okay.
That won't be part of Girls' Night, but I'm working on it for Girls' Night
Yeah.
because I think we
Yeah.
need carriage rides.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Is there a long line for that? I imagine it'd be hard to get on that.
There could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how long are the rides?
Well, they go around town, so they probably, I'm not sure which streets they go on, but it circles the downtown, and yeah.
What a great idea. Yeah, you're just
Well,
you're
it's all
bringing
part of
everything
the
together.
holiday.
And on top of that, we have Lebanon's annual tree lighting ceremony on Friday at 6:30.
Right.
Are the horse wagons going to be there for that also?
They will be from 4 to 8 that night. So the tree lighting is at 6:30, and it's at Tree Park, which is Main Street and Broadway.
Okay. Whose idea was it to bring the carriage rides in? Was that your idea?
Well, we are the carriage town. I
Yeah.
mean, we have our fabulous carriage parade, always the first Saturday in December, and I know the Chamber is working really hard to make this year's even better than past years. So it's just neat to have carriages around as much as possible.
So I imagine there's encouragement of tipping gratuity for that, since that's
Oh,
free.
sure.
Yeah,
Sure, yeah.
Because that's got a cost to bring the carriages out there
And the
and
horses.
to take care of the horses.
Absolutely.
So if you do get a carriage ride, man, take care of those drivers, because that's a huge donation. That's fantastic. Now, when else are they going to run as far as the carriages? Any other times besides?
For this particular event, so we have them Friday night from 4 to 8, and then Saturday afternoon they'll be running from 12 to 4.
Okay. And now, obviously, as we come into this season, there's a character out there who's really important. Is Santa going to be there?
I would think he would be at the tree lighting.
Okay.
But it is kind of early for him to be out and about. But
I'm
we
hearing
do have connections.
Christmas music now, so I'm thinking Santa's coming. So he'll definitely be there at the tree lighting.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And maybe who knows?
There's
maybe
some
you'll see him
surprise
sooner.
visitors that are planning on coming to the tree lighting, so it'll be a really fun event.
Okay. And you mentioned the pub crawl.
Yes.
And so how does the holiday shopping experience in Lebanon differ from the big mall and the chain stores? Because there's lots of shopping experiences that you're competing with. So what puts our experience ahead or different?
Oh my gosh, our stores have so many unique items and special items. I just did some birthday shopping, and it was so easy to pop in each store and get unique, different things. So it's not the malls, that ship in bulk shipments, 6,000 of things. And our stores have unique, special items. A lot of them are handcrafted. A lot of our stores work with local artisans. So you get something that was developed here locally in Ohio and then sold here in Ohio. So we are outstanding on our own as a community.
Now it seems like there's no more space left. I think every spot in Lebanon is occupied.
Right now, knock on wood.
Can you give a shout to any of the new businesses that are with Mainstreet Lebanon that have recently come on?
Yeah, absolutely. So a Thimble Garden are temporarily out, but they're going to do a pop-up in Anna's Popcorn for this event. We have a new farmers agency locally on Mulberry. Melody is fabulous. You need to go in and meet with her. The KOA Campground deserves a call out. That is such a nice place. Yeah, and they have a lot of, I was just really impressed when I went out there and met the owners, and they're one of our sponsors for Girls Night.
Awesome.
So
And they've been around for a long time.
They have. Yeah, so I definitely include them in everything that's going on because they're walking distance downtown for their guests.
And
so that's fun
my friend
too.
Lindsay with the Green Tea Cafe.
Greenhouse Cafe.
Greenhouse Cafe.
Yes.
She's doing a great job.
She is absolutely doing a great job. Yeah.
Well, that is fun. Mainstreet Lebanon, how do they get a hold of you as far as membership?
Director at mainstreetlebanon.org is my email address, or my phone number is 513-515-1752. Absolutely. Membership in our organization is a great thing for residents and businesses. There's so many things going on in our community, and I work so closely with the chamber and the city. The three of us work together on lots of stuff, and if you're not in the know, you could miss out on something.
Yeah.
So totally encourage
you're
membership.
You're doing a great job.
Thank
you really are, and your enthusiasm is just not a beat's being missed. I mean, you filled some big shoes, and you're having fun. Thank you for what you do.
Thank you.
Hey, we'll be back. Stay tuned to meet the cast of Seussical Jr. right after this break.
Bob Pulte Chevrolet always gives you the best. Best price, guaranteed. Best trade-in value. Best selection. Best financing on all new and pre-owned vehicles. See for yourself at bobpulte.com. And you'll love the Pulte price.
Since 1954, Hardee's Interiors has been providing quality furnishings for homes in and around Lebanon, Ohio. Today, you'll still find quality antique and vintage furniture along with new Made in America furniture of all styles. At Hardee's, you can create a mix of furniture and accessories that truly reflects your personality, all made to last a lifetime. Designers are welcome, and so are you. Hardee's Interiors at 208.5 Wright Avenue or online at hardeesinteriors.com.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Bob Pulte Chevrolet always gives you the best. Best price, guaranteed. Best trade-in value. Best selection. Best financing on all new and pre-owned vehicles. See for yourself at bobpulte.com. And you'll love the Pulte price.
We're back with 3 students from Lebanon Junior High School Productions Seussical Junior, who've been working hard to get ready for their performance on November 22nd and 23rd. Welcome to the City Show.
Thank you.
Iris Boland?
Bogan.
Bogan.
Mhm.
Now, you're in what grade?
I'm in 8th.
8th grade, and you've been performing for how long?
Basically all my life, but in the Lebanon Junior High School for 3 years.
Okay, when did you get the bug? When did it bite you as far as performance? Was there a moment where you saw a play and you thought, I want to do that?
Not really. I've just always been interested in music and theater.
And what grade did you start?
Maybe 2nd.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Will Dreyer,
Right.
okay, what grade are you in?
I'm in 8th.
You're in 8th grade, okay. And when did you start this performance?
About
track?
last year during
Okay.
7th grade.
So you're kind of new to this.
Yeah, I just fell in love with it after doing
Awesome.
it for the first 7th grade.
Yeah. So this is something you see yourself doing for a while.
Right.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it.
Yeah. What do you like about it?
It's just the people are really nice
Yeah.
and practices are fun.
Yeah.
And I just like singing.
That's awesome. And Amanda Niffen,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and you're in what grade?
8th.
8th grade, okay. And how about you? When did you get started on this road?
I've been acting and singing pretty much my whole life.
Yeah.
I've been in 2 of the musicals, and I really love it. It's
Wow.
so much fun.
That is neat. Guys, I don't know how you do it. I mean, I watch the kids getting on the bus stop from when they're this tall, their backpacks are bigger than them, and they have so much schoolwork, and on top of that, you have all this other stuff too, because it's got to be a lot of work for a performance. How long do you prepare for a performance? How much time goes into that, Iris?
About 3 months.
3 months. And you're going to do 2 performances?
Yes.
Yeah, my goodness, that's a lot of work. Yeah. You must really, really enjoy that. Now, is this this is your 2nd play, Will?
2nd.
Okay. And your performance number, what number are you on now?
I've been in 3 shows.
3 shows. And Amanda?
This is my 2nd.
Okay. Do you have to try out for the show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
What made you want to try out for this? Is there something special about this show, Will?
Well, I really like doing it, and when I heard they were doing it again, I just knew I had to do it.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about your character?
Yes, I'm Horton. He's just a big, loving elephant
Yeah.
in the musical, and I just fell in love with the character just because he's just such a happy role, and
Okay.
I like being that happy.
Now, is the costume pretty cool?
Yes, the costume is really awesome.
Who does the costumes?
Just Mrs. Bergman, who's our
Okay.
director.
She must be amazing.
Yeah.
She is.
Iris, what about your character?
I play Gertrude McFuzz. She's one of the birds, but she's never really fit in because of her small tail.
Okay.
And the whole show's, like, her role is basically about her trying to impress Horton.
Okay.
With
Now,
her tail.
I don't remember that character from Dr. Seuss. Is this something that was invented to support this show, or is that, did I miss something?
I'm not sure.
Okay, okay. Because I grew up on Dr. Seuss, which is great, but I don't remember that specific one. So you're supporting Horton?
Yeah.
Okay. And Amanda, what about your role?
I play JoJo.
Okay.
She's just a really big entertainment for the show. She's a big imagination.
Okay.
She kind of hangs around with the Cat in the Hat.
Okay.
It's one of her creations in her head. And it's a really fun character to be. You get to dance and sing a lot.
Okay.
And so.
So do we have, what other Dr. Seuss characters do we have embodied in this show, or pictures of, or anything that people are going to relate to? Anything else, any other characters besides the ones we just mentioned?
Well, Cat in the Hat
Cat
is a
in the
big
Hat,
part.
That is a
yeah.
big one, yeah. And Horton Hears a Who.
Right.
And I'm lost, I can't remember any of the other ones now, but and Dr. Seuss, man, he wrote quite a few books. So in general, what's the story about?
I would say it's about Horton, who's an elephant.
Okay.
And one day he discovers that there are people living on his small clover on a speck of dust. And he later in the show becomes friends with JoJo, who I play.
Okay.
And together they have to figure out what they're going to do about trying to save JoJo and her family. So you have to come to the show, see what happens.
And Will, your show is in about, it starts in 3 weeks?
It starts in about 2 weeks on the 22nd.
Okay. You start getting butterflies? Or you just start getting excited about, yeah, we're there?
Occasionally, yeah.
Yeah. Iris, how about you? You get nervous at all as you get closer?
Not really, because I'm more excited than nervous.
Yeah, that's a lot of preparation.
Yeah.
3 months. And as far as the shows, do they sell out?
We normally have a very large crowd.
I would imagine there's just 2 shows. Yeah.
Right.
And how do you balance it as far as schoolwork? So you go to school, and then you go to practice.
Right.
And how long is practice?
It depends. Usually it's about 2 or 3 hours. Sometimes it's longer or shorter.
Every day. 5 days a week?
Wow. Maybe 3. Yeah.
Yeah. Do they have a lot of singing? Because I think you all mentioned you love to sing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And again, you have a background in singing as well?
Yes.
Okay. And Will, were you singing before this?
I was just a little bit, but I wouldn't say as much.
Okay. Were you nervous about the singing part, or is that something you just fell into and realized you just really enjoy that too?
I think it was something I just fell into.
Okay. And Amanda?
Yes, I love to sing. I've been singing pretty much my whole life.
Wow.
So.
You guys are just so impressive. What's the most difficult part about your role?
I would say probably trying to remember your lines. You have to really work at it and try to just find ways to remember them and stuff. But it's really fun once you learn it and put it all together.
Wow. I imagine with this, this is going to benefit you in every single career possibility down the road as far as jobs. Because what you have to do with your head, remembering all this stuff. Will, what's your most difficult part? Fitting into the costume?
I think getting down all the songs and singing all the right notes can be a little bit troubling. But
so who's the main star here? Since it's about Horton, Will, do you have the most lines?
I'd say I have the most songs, but yeah, I think it's pretty equal through everyone.
Yeah, well, that's the right answer, buddy.
Right.
There you go. Iris, how about you? What's the most difficult part?
I'd say fitting into my character, because at the beginning of the show, Gertrude's really shy and held back, but at the end of the show, she becomes really open, and I'm more shy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amanda, what's the best part that you enjoy about your character and this performance?
I would say making new friends and just getting to act and sing with a bunch of really awesome people who have a lot of talent.
Yeah. Well, how about you? What do you like the most?
I like practicing on the big auditorium and just learning all the dances on stage. It just really feels different, but it's a really good feeling.
So do you stay away from the big stage for a while, and then after a couple of weeks, do you eventually get up there and it's like, wow, we're getting close? Okay. So the excitement goes up?
Very high, yeah.
Iris, what about you? What's the best part for you?
I like hanging out with my friends and getting to perform, because I really like performing.
Yeah, it seems like a real cool culture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, obviously, there's more than just you three. There's a lot of people behind the scenes that are working on the props and everything else. How many other kids are involved in the whole production?
So there are 47 cast members.
Wow.
Yeah, and there are 39 crew members.
Oh my goodness.
So,
yeah. And do they all have to try out, or if people want to be involved in this, is there a place for them?
You all have to try out if you want to be part of the cast.
Yeah.
But everyone gets in. You all get a really important part. Everyone is important in the show.
Wow. That sounds like a neat thing. Yeah. Now you've gotten to know your classmates better since working with this production. And what's the next production after this? Is there something else coming after this?
there will be. We're not
Are
sure
you,
yet.
Are you aware of
but-
it yet?
No.
Okay.
No.
So the producer, the teacher who runs it, she kind of keeps it quiet so you can focus
Yeah.
on this, not get distracted. What has this experience taught you about yourself?
I would say it's just to take a risk.
Yeah.
The whole show is pretty much about being silly and kind of standing up for what you believe in, and it's just really fun to get out there and have fun with a lot of people.
Wow, that's neat. Iris, what about you?
What was the question?
What is this taught, this whole experience, what has it taught you about yourself?
Um,
how have you grown?
I really enjoy public speaking
Yeah.
after this because this has helped me express myself better.
Okay, Will, how about you?
I think I definitely feel a lot more confident about just being out there and just being a little bit more extroverted.
And how old are you guys?
I'm 13.
13.
I'm 14.
Wow. I'll tell you what, you guys are awesome. You know, my experience as I see young people is they're so engaged with their cell phones that they're not even looking up and talking to people. Do they have rules set up where you guys have to put the cell phones away, obviously? And I mean, just your ability to communicate and make eye contact, and you're stellar. You're so amazing. That's so encouraging. Is everybody in the cast like you guys? I mean, is it just a great group of, wow.
I think all the musical kids that are in it are just really good people and really happy and outgoing.
I'm at the point now I have a grandson, and we're helping raise him, and I'm looking at what direction do I want him to go. I want him to do what you guys are doing, because that is so awesome. Now, when's the performance?
It's then November 22nd and 23rd.
Okay, and that is, what day is the 22nd? Is that a Saturday or Friday and Saturday?
It's a Friday and Saturday.
Okay, and do you know how many tickets are available for each performance? How many seats are available? It's a couple hundred?
I'm not sure. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah. And is this going to be at the junior high?
It's the district event center. Yep.
Okay. Well, that sounds huge.
Mm-hmm.
They call it the district event center. Yeah. And how do you get tickets?
You can order them online.
Okay.
At LebanonSchools.org.
Okay. Do you know how much the tickets are?
Not sure.
Okay. Wow, that's fantastic. Is there anything else that we need to know about this experience?
Just come see what happens.
Yeah.
It's a really great show.
Yeah. Well, fantastic. Guys, thanks for being on here. I wish you the most luck in your future. I imagine, have you ever been to La Comedia or some of the other theaters in town?
Yeah. I've heard of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd encourage you to go check that out. I can see you performing down there in the future. And, of course, we have the Lebanon Theater here as well. So it's neat to see you. Probably 5 years from now, we'll see you when your adults perform. Be like, I saw him back in the City Show. Yeah. Well, guys, best wishes. Thanks for being on the show, and keep it up. And you're really encouragement. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Hey, we'll return with Community Calendar after this break.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool. To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
Disaster tips from the objects left behind.
My home wasn't insured, but you can check your insurance policy now to make sure you're covered. Oh.
My savings are lost, but you can put money aside and plan for unexpected disaster costs.
We're lost forever, but you can scan important documents now so they survive.
For more tips on how to prepare, visit ready.gov.
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Wait. Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where do cats go on vacation? New York.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
You made her college years possible, opening that education savings account when she was little, spearheading campus tours, and deciphering financial aid. If you can ace planning for college, you can do it for retirement. Get on track with tips at aceyourretirement.org.
In case you're curious, tickets for Seussical Junior is $8 to $10. Check these kids out. Weren't they amazing? Now it's time for Community Calendar. The Countryside YMCA will host its annual Veterans Day program on Monday, November 11th, beginning at noon. Everyone is invited to attend this free event that will feature speeches and patriotic music honoring veterans of all wars. The program is followed by lunch, and no reservations are required. Fred Compton will lead the Lunch and Learn program on Wednesday, November 13th at noon at the Harmon Museum at 105 South Broadway in Lebanon. Fred will once again be talking about more tales from the inside, including many new stories not shared in his book on the Golden Lamb Inn. The Lunch and Learn includes a delicious gourmet lunch along with admission to the museum, and the cost is just $20 for a member and $25 for non-member. Make your reservation online at www.wchsmuseum.org or by calling 513-932-1817. The Warren County Parks Otterbein Nature Series features Rick Niesel on Monday, November 25th from 1 to 2 p.m. in the Philippi Meeting Room on the campus of Otterbein Senior Life in Lebanon. Rick, an Ohio certified volunteer naturalist, will share his information on commonly misunderstood and feared reptiles and amphibians. This eye-opening presentation is free and open to the public thanks to the Friends of Warren County Parks and Otterbein. Well, that's it for the City Show for now. Look for coverage of the Countryside YMCA Veterans Day celebration in 2 weeks on Channel 6. We'll be back live with you on Tuesday, November 26th with a preview of the Lebanon Horse-Drawn Carriage Parade, the Lebanon Theater Company's production of the best Christmas pageant ever, and La Comida Dinner Theater's Elf, the musical. We'll see you then. Have a happy Thanksgiving.